Good morning, dear hearts. We are on lesson 60. Please subscribe. We are completing our first review of the first 50 lessons of the workbook. It's a milestone, and congratulations that we've gotten there together, working on our spiritual tapestry together. So the word or words for today, I actually have three. They're supported / sustained, because those two are really the same. We are supported in God and sustained by God. But there's also the word forgiveness, because we are sustained through our forgiveness. God sustains us when we forgive. It opens up the door to God's strength for us and lifts us up. The first lesson we're reviewing is God is the love in which I forgive. God's love supports me in my efforts to forgive. God does not forgive because he has never condemned. The blameless cannot blame, and those who have accepted their innocence see nothing to forgive. Those who see themselves as whole make no demands. And if I am innocent, I see myself as whole. Yet forgiveness is the means by which I will recognize my innocence. It is the reflection of God's love on earth. Forgiveness supports God's love for me here, because it is only through forgiveness that I can connect with and be supported by God's love. If I don't forgive, I will not know God's love, because I will be blocking it out. To know God's love on earth, it will bring me near enough to heaven that the love of God can reach down to me and raise me up to him. It's such a beautiful image there of God reaching down to us and lifting us up and bringing us into his bosom and into his space. God is the strength in which I trust, our second review lesson. It is only through forgiveness that indeed I will be able to trust. And in order for me to forgive and to forgive completely, I need God's strength. Forgiveness, full-on radical forgiveness, is not for the weak of heart or mind. It is not my own strength through which I forgive. It is through the strength of God in me. God supports me in my efforts to forgive, which I am remembering as I forgive. As I begin to see, finally to see, I recognize his reflection on earth. Now I will see God everywhere, because God is in my mind. God is in everything I see. I feel the stirring of his strength in me, and I begin to remember the love I chose to forget. God's love, the reflection of God's love here on earth. I am supported in finding it through forgiveness, but which has not forgotten me. I now remember God's love. I had forgotten it. God had never forgotten me, or forgotten his love for me. I wrote in my book, I'm strong enough to forgive. I need strength to forgive, and I am sustained and supported in that strength through forgiveness. There is nothing to fear. With forgiveness and strength within me, I will at last be able to see and will be blessed. I will receive grace from everyone and everything. How safe the world will look to me when I can see it. It will not look anything like what I imagine I see now. I'm only seeing images now. This world are images that I have made. Everyone and everything I see with vision and God's light through God's strength, because I have forgiven, will lean towards me to bless me. All the world will bless me as I bless all the world as well. I will recognize in everyone my dearest, sweetest friend. And what could there be to fear in a world that I have forgiven and that has forgiven me? I am sustained, supported by my dear, sweet friend, by the Holy Spirit, by my elder brother. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. Our fourth lesson for review. This lesson in and of itself is so beautiful. I'm just going to read from it and then speak. There is not a moment in which God's voice ceases to call on my forgiveness to save me. There is not a moment in which his voice fails to direct my thoughts, guide my actions, and lead my feet. I am walking steadily on toward truth. There is nowhere else I can go because God's voice is the only voice and the only guide that has been given to his son, his child. The guidance of God's voice is leading me in thought, word, and deed. My guide supports my journey home. I am sustained in my journey home by my God. And I am able to make this journey home because I have forgiven. In which God's voice ceases to call on my forgiveness to save me. There's not a moment. That voice will call to me so that I will forgive and I will be sustained. And the final lesson, of course, is I am sustained by the love of God. As I listen to God's voice, I am sustained by his love. As I open my eyes, his love lights up the world for me to see. As I forgive, his love reminds me that his son, his child, is sinless. And as I look upon the world with the vision that he has given me, I remember that I am his child. That really says it all, because we are so loved, so very much loved by our Creator, our source, God, Great Spirit. However, what feels right for you? Creator, wonderful. Source, fantastic. God, wonderful. But we are so loved by that entity, no matter how we describe it with a word, and one word truly is not sufficient. We are so loved that everything around us will light up as we receive that love and we recognize it. We are being reminded of his presence forever in our life. And it is glorious to know that we are sustained. We are not abandoned. We are sustained by the love of God. He is always here. She is always here for us. So that's it for the first review. And I hope it was helpful. I just want to quickly go over the review words that I used for each individual group of lessons. We had judgment, we had the past, we had meaningless, we had to think and see, because they go together. We had seeing, we had shift, we had a progression, we had the prison break. Okay, we had holiness/wholeness. We had God is, and now sustained, supported, forgiveness. So that is it. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please comment. Please be here tomorrow when we start new lessons. First Giant Stride, a favorite lesson. And please pray. Pray that we all understand the importance of forgiveness that we get to lay upon this world and upon ourselves, and where it will take us. So, namaste.